Three stories we have to talk about here today, guys. The first one is in regards to Apple. We got to talk about Apple. Then after that, we got to talk about how a guy has lost $127 million worth of Bitcoin. We got to discuss that story. That is crazy. And last but not least, we got to talk about Chipotle and the disaster that is Chipotle currently. So you know what, guys? Let's just get into this. By the way, make sure if you have not joined my stock market membership group, you get in. There's only 10 days left to get in for $29 a month. After December 31st, it's going up to $49 a month for anybody that joins after that point. Click that third link in the description. Get in there, guys. Apple. So let's talk about this first off. Apple is set to hit $1 trillion market cap, and it could happen very, very soon, which would be the first public company to ever reach $1 trillion market cap status, okay? Right now, it's just under 900 million, or excuse me, right under 900 billion is the market cap currently. So that means essentially the stock needs to go up about 11 to 12%, and it will be at $1 trillion market cap, guys. This is absolutely insane, and at a forward PE of 14, we can see that that could easily happen. The only one that's kind of given it as a run for its money is Google, but Google is so far back there, guys. We're looking at Google here at about a $750 billion market cap, so that stock would have to go up a massive amount from here. Forward PE of already of 25 on Google. So real quick on Apple, let's just think about this. Never underestimate the things that can happen in your lifetime. Never underestimate yourself. Think about this, guys. Apple did not even exist 40 years ago. 40 years ago, Apple didn't even exist. And now it's going to be the first company in the history of the world, first public company to reach $1 trillion market cap. It's a company that wasn't even around 40 years ago, guys. Like never underestimate yourself and what you can achieve in this world. Unbelievable stuff. Next story, we got to talk about this Bitcoin story. This is insane, guys. So James Howes, an IT worker living in the United Kingdom, knows exactly where his misplaced 7,500 Bitcoins are, but the city council where he lives won't let him retrieve them. They say it's against the law. According to a report published in the Telegraph, Howes began mining Bitcoin on his personal laptop in 2009. In 2013, though, after I had stopped mining, the laptop I used was broken into parts and sold on eBay, Howe tells the Telegraph. He kept the drive he used to collect the Bitcoins, so if Bitcoin did become valuable one day, I would still have the coins I mined. But while cleaning his home in 2013, he supposedly mistakenly put it into a waste bin at his local landfill in Newport, South Wales, where it got buried. Oh my goodness, guys. Now with Bitcoin's value hovering just around $17,000 as of Wednesday, How's 7,500 lost Bitcoins are worth more than $127 million. A massive fortune there, guys. Massive fortune. More than 4 years worth of garbage have poured into the dump since his mistake, which would make any recovery effort a significant undertaking. A modern landfill is a complex engineering project, and digging up one brings all sorts of environmental issues such as dangerous gases and potential landfill fires. Howe says it's a big, expensive, risky project. This is just insane, guys. So they won't let him dig it up. He wants to try regardless, but the Newport City Council won't allow it. In an interview with the tech website Wired, a council spokesperson said their offices had been contacted in the past about a possibility of retrieving a piece of IT hardware said to contain Bitcoins, but digging up, storing, and treating the waste could cause a huge environmental impact on the surrounding area. Landfill reportedly contains 350,000 tons of waste, and more than 50,000 tons are added each year. It is likely the hardware would have suffered significant galvanic corrosion due to the presence of landfill lactases, or whatever you say that word, and gases, officials pointed out. Even if the drive is recovered, it may not work after being exposed to weighty and possibly toxic waste for so long. This is just an insane story, guys. Like this is kind of you know, kind of the scary thing with Bitcoin. Like, one, if you don't keep it in a wallet or something like that, you're liable to get all your money stolen, right? And if you get your money stolen, like, there's no one there to replace it. It's not like a bank or something. Like if somebody stole the money out of my JP Morgan Chase account right now, or did some unauthorized transactions, like, I'd be calling them right now, they'd be replacing that money immediately in my account. So it's kind of scary that you got to keep it on a hard drive like this. And then what happens if you mistakenly place that hard drive somewhere, guys? That's freaking really scary. Now think about if he had 127 million in cash, that would be a pretty hard thing to kind of lose, because you would need to store the massive amount, guys. And so I don't think they're going to end up letting him do that. And honestly, one, I'm sure he's probably got investors that are investing, you know, to try to do this project that said, hey, we'll put in 10 million to do this, you know, excavation and whatnot. And, you know, you got to give us 20 million or 50 million of the profit or whatever. And so he gets to obviously keep a massive portion of it. I don't think they're going to let him do it. And plus, even if it is recovered, what are the chances it still is in good enough shape where they can actually use it and retrieve the Bitcoins from it? Like, I don't see that being possible when you're talking about this thing is buried. And what are the chances they're even going to find it, guys? What are the chances I mean, you think about this, 50,000 tons are added each year. That thing's been in there for 4 or 5 years now, guys. You know, it's just a crazy story. It's unfortunate for the guy, but man, that's crazy, crazy, crazy. Chipotle, the disaster that is Chipotle continues. This stock is obviously down over 20% year to date. You thought maybe it was going to recover, and no. If we look at the past 3 years here, 2015 down nearly 30%, 2016 down over 20%, 2017 down over 20%, down over 55% in the last 3 years. This has been a disaster stock. And one that was a Wall Street darling, and it's just turned a disaster because of a lot of outbreaks and whatnot. We might have another one at Chipotle. Chipotle suffered its worst stock decline in more than a month on a report of a possible illness outbreak in Los Angeles, renewing fears about the burrito chain's food safety crisis. The local health department's acute communicable disease unit is investigating illness tied to a location in Los Angeles, according to Business Insider. Chris Arnold, a spokesman for Chipotle, said that the company is aware of reports of sickness of user-generated websites, but is not any complaints made to local health offices. As a precautionary measure, we have implemented heightened preventative procedures at this restaurant, which we do as a matter of policy if we receive any reports of illness. Oh my goodness, guys, what is going on with Chipotle? Is this company ever gonna like pull it together where they just kind of get out of this? It's just one thing after another. You heard, you know, the first time it happened, the first time they kind of had an outbreak situation, I think that was 2015, it was kind of like, okay, we'll give them a pass. And then another one happened, and then another one happened, and now we hear this, and it's like, I don't know if this company can ever pull it together, and soon they're going to end up actually losing even their most core customers. People like myself that still have, you know, kind of looked past some of this stuff, but when you have it happen again and again, you're going to even lose your core customers at that point. So I don't know if they will. You know, this is just kind of like breaking news right now. This just came out within the last couple hours, so we will have to see what happens, and if this gets national news and, you know, in the spotlight again, it just shines a really bad light on Chipotle. So it's not a stock I can touch at this point in time, even though it's fallen so much over the past few years, and even though I enjoy the food there, it's just not realistic, guys. So anyways, hope you enjoyed these 3 stories. I would love to hear your guys' opinion on these stories in that comment section. Thank you for watching. I'm a little under the weather, as you can probably tell from my voice. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a great day.